So you know that investing in real estate is going to be a huge component for generating wealth. The only problem is you live in an area where the market is really expensive and it may take you months or even sometimes years to save up for an investment property. If that's you, then that's me as well. I have finally saved up enough money to put a down payment on a house, but my market is really expensive and I gotta go out of state. Now, when I was looking at videos, I didn't find too many guides on how to do exactly that. So this is what I'm here for. I'm going to document my whole entire process of investing in an out-of-state real estate property from start to finish. I am going to take you guys with me. If you're interested, then tag along. It's going to be one hell of a journey. What is up, YouTube? For those of you who have not yet met me, my name is Javon, and if this is your first time checking out the channel, then know that this is the place where I talk about real estate, finances, investing, and everything in between. I am a 24-year-old cybersecurity professional with a passion for real estate, and I am so excited to share my journey with you guys. Quick disclaimer, I am not a certified CPA, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax professional, I'm not any of those things. I am just a guy going through life, sharing his experiences with you as I make new discoveries. So before you take on any advice that I give you, make sure to do your own research yourself and to ask qualified people, especially before you put any money into anything. Do your research, guys. So to give you guys a little bit of background information about me, I first became interested in real estate in January of 2019. Around that time, I read this book by Robert Kiyosaki, and the title is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is a great book to read, especially for beginners, because it gives you a lot of content and a lot of concepts that you can use in your day-to-day life. Before reading this book, I had no idea that there was an alternative path to retirement. Think about it. The path that I have been led to believe all my life is that you go to school, you graduate, you get a job, you work for 40 years, you penny pinch away so you can save as much money as you can. And when you're 65 or older, you retire and try to live out the rest of your life on the money that you saved up. A slow process. And come to find out, it is not the only process. Reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad opened up my eyes to a different way, an alternative way to live your life. And that is what has gotten me so hooked on real estate and investing. So after reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the next thing that I did to invest myself into real estate is I started doing a ton of research. I started looking into guys that you may be familiar with, people like Graham Stephan and Meet Kevin. After watching their YouTube videos, I started reading blogs. I started going to local investment groups. I started going into the networks and finding out as much information as I can. Until I had so much information, I was ready to pull the trigger on my very first rental investment, on my very first property that I was going to decide to invest in. And that property was bought in 2019. It was a single family home that I am currently house hacking. For those of you who don't know what house hacking is and they want a deep intro into what it is, I have a video linked above just for you. But in 5 seconds or less, house hacking is an amazing strategy that beginners who are interested in real estate can use for them, because what it does is it lowers your expenses and it allows you to save more money while also getting into a real estate property for less money than the regular 20% down payment. It is a lot. I break it down into that video, like I said, link above. But my first investment property was made in 2019 after doing a ton of research, and it has worked out phenomenally for me so far, because here we are in 2020, one hell of a year that it's been. But using house hacking, the first real estate strategy that I employed in my life, I have saved up enough money to put down a down payment on my very first investment property, meaning that I don't have to live in it to get a lower down payment. I can just purely invest in a property, put somebody in there, and get some passive cash flow out of it. So now that I have enough money down to invest in an investment property, the question is, what is next? What do you do? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to figure out a game plan. For me, and from what I have experienced, a lot of real estate investors will tell you to never invest more than 30 minutes away from where you currently live. And why they say that has a lot of merit to it. Think about it. Where you live gives you complete home field advantage. If you invest in the area that you live, you know the good markets, you know the markets that are bad, you know the markets that are on the rise, you know where it's safe, where it's not safe, where the good school districts are. You know a lot of information just by being there. What happens if you go out of state? You lose all of that. You have to find out that information by yourself, and the information that you find out may not be as completely accurate from what you hear versus what you see when you're already in your own market. The only problem with investing in the market that surrounds you is sometimes you could live in a really expensive market. I know guys in California experience this all the time. I'm personally in Charleston, South Carolina. I am on the East Coast, but this market is booming, and the amount of time that it would take me to save up for a real estate property the right way is going to take a large amount of time. So if that's the case, then the question becomes, what do you do next? Honestly, you guys, I could do a lot of things. I could put my money down into another primary resident, move into it, and house hack it again, while also filling in the place where I'm living in now with a tenant. Or I could look for a partner to bring in on a deal, or I can just wait and save up for an investment item in this area that I live in. I can do all of those things. However, I have decided to do something completely different and start my journey on investing it in rental property out of state. Out of state meaning not currently in the geographical area that I currently reside in. And why have I decided to do that? Well, the honest truth is, for me, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be in the current area that I am already at. I know that I love it here. I know that the people are amazing. But as far as where do I want to settle down in life, I can't see myself staying here for more than 2 to 3 years. So the question becomes for me, do I want to invest here and then invest somewhere else later on? Or do I just want to invest in one geographical place and grow there? With that question in mind, I am choosing to invest out of state. And the best part about that is I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm a complete beginner and this is going to be my first time. So I read the book, I talked to the investors, I got a lot of knowledge in my head, and now the only thing that I have to do is research and execute, and I'm taking you guys on the ride with me. Now here's the thing. I've done some research already going in before making this video onto where I would like to invest in. So doing that research, the process that I took to narrow down my areas, I am going to infill you guys on all of that. However, that content should be standalone. So make sure you hit that like button down below until it turns blue to help the channel grow so more people can watch this. And also subscribe as well. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way when I drop more videos in this playlist, you can keep up with me on this journey. What I want to discuss with you guys today is what you should do before you start investing in real estate. These are the things that I did before I started investing in real estate, and in my own personal opinion, it has greatly helped me out. You don't have to do these in any particular order, but I do believe you have to have these things in place before you even start looking at investment, so that way you can make sure you are safe and secure. Number 1 on the list is to establish a good credit. Number 2 on the list is to pay off your high interest rate loans. Number 3 on the list is to create an emergency fund. Number 4 on the list is to decide on an investment plan. And number 5 is to execute. Just like that. Why are these my tips? Well, number 1 for me, I know establishing a good credit is going to give you super phenomenal rates whenever you go to lenders to take out a loan on investment properties. Number 2 on the list, as far as paying off your high interest rate loans, doing that is going to allow you to reinvest more money into yourself, more money into real estate, and you are going to love it with those loans gone. The weight on your back is going to be a little less. Number 3, creating an emergency fund. That is super important, especially to me. I believe that life is always uncertain. 2020 has definitely shown us that. So having an emergency fund somewhere where you have at least 1 to 2 months worth of your monthly expenses, having that tucked away is going to give you that safe and warm feeling that in case anything goes wrong, you will be okay for the time being. Number 4 is super important because you can't invest if you don't have any type of strategy. I mean, I guess you can, but it won't turn out how you expect it. And we don't want things to go unexpectedly, especially when we're putting down as much money as we are into properties. And number 5 is super crucial, because you can have a goal, you can have a dream, but if you don't take the steps, take the actions required to make those things come into fruition, then it's just a dream. Nothing's going to happen. You can have all the knowledge inside of your head, but if you fail to execute, then you fail to do. And that just means that nothing comes your way. Now, luckily for you guys, this channel is a place where I discuss everything from finances to credit scores to real estate to literally you name it. I'm talking about it. So if you have no idea how to raise your credit, I have a video for that. If you have no idea how to start saving up money so that way you can invest, I have a video for that. And if you want to know how to do more things, I'll probably have more videos for that. And going on into this playlist, when I make more videos, when I take you throughout this whole entire journey, we are going to be discussing how you can decide what area to invest in, how you can start assembling your team from your agent to your property manager to all of those crucial pieces that you need if you are investing out of state. What kind of investment plan that you need going forward. I am sharing everything that I did with you guys so that way you have more of a blueprint than I did going in. And by the end of this, I have 2 goals. My first goal is to have my first investment property that is out of state. And my second goal is to help everyone watching this do the exact same thing, but better. Because honestly, I fully recognize that this will not be the most perfect deal because honestly, I'm a beginner. But at the same time, I also recognize that if I never do this imperfect deal, I won't have a chance to perfect my methods. So I'm starting now. And I'm starting with you. So thanks for watching this video. Know that this is the first of many. Subscribe down below so that way you don't miss future videos in this playlist. And you guys, I am ready for one hell of a journey. I hope you are too. If this is helpful, let me know down in the comments what part of my journey you would like to see and I will meet you there. With that being said, wish me luck, and until next time, peace, love, and happiness.